Congratulations! You've been hired to be a server at a restaurant. So let me ask you a question. Restaurants sell food, right? Then what's the difference between a restaurant and a grocery store? A grocery store sells food, but a restaurant sells service. And as a waiter, you are the one who provides this service. In this video, you will learn how to provide first-rate customer service that will keep guests coming back to your restaurant time and time again. And what's good for business is good for you. Follow these basic guidelines for serving to make customers happy and increase your tips. A server's appearance should be simple and neat. Hair should be short or pulled away from the face. Fingernails clean. Uniform fresh and ironed. Avoid showy jewelry and piercings. Never touch your face or hair in view of guests. If you must fix your hair or touch your face for any reason, do so out of the view of guests. Wash your hands afterwards. A positive attitude is essential for a server. Guests at the restaurant are there to have a good experience. Your attitude should encourage them to relax and enjoy their meal. Be pleasant and smile often. On the other hand, don't be so friendly that the guests feel like you are another person at the table. Always stay busy. Even if you have no guests at the moment, prepare for the next rush of customers. You can do this by stocking ice or plates, polishing silverware, bringing menus to the host stand, or by doing extra cleaning in the restaurant. By preparing ahead of time, you can be efficient when a rush hits. Never chat with other co-workers in front of guests. The guests might not be your table, but if they need something such as a refill of water, they will become frustrated watching servers chat while they wait for service. Talk to other servers out of view of the guests. Being a waiter requires a lot of walking. Make things easy on yourself by being efficient. Don't walk around empty-handed. Always think ahead to where you're going and what you could bring with you to make the trip more efficient. For example, if you're going to the kitchen, bring some dirty plates from the dining room to the dishwasher. If you're going to check on a table, bring a water pitcher with you and fill up the surrounding table's water glasses on your way. Servers that only pay attention to their own guests are said to have blinders on. Pay attention to all the guests near you, even if they aren't at your table. If you see a guest that needs assistance, don't hesitate to help. A successful server has a strong sense of teamwork. Even if a guest is not at your table, be sure to help anyone who looks like they need assistance. Just because you haven't made eye contact with a guest doesn't mean you don't have to help him. Avoid reaching in front of a guest to serve another guest, but if you must, say, "Excuse me." Warn a customer if a plate you are serving is hot. Never hold drink glasses by the rim where people will drink from. Always hold a plate so your thumb is not touching the food. Keep the table clear of plates not being used. Sometimes people find it rude to remove an entree plate if others are still eating. However, if the plate is pushed far away from the guest or they ask you to remove it, go ahead and do so. Be sure to ask the guest if they are finished with the plate before removing it. Also, remove empty straw wrappers and other trash. Don't interrupt the conversation at a table. Instead, make friendly eye contact with one of the guests not speaking so they can quiet the speaker for you. Ignoring or avoiding a table is never the correct solution to a problem. If a table's order is taking longer than 15 minutes, check with the manager and reassure the table you've checked on their food. If there is a problem, such as the kitchen is very busy, let the table know and give them a realistic estimate about when their order will be ready. Often the table just wants to know they haven't been forgotten. Although it may be difficult to approach a table that looks upset, by doing so, you might prevent them from becoming angry. No should never be said to a guest. Even if a guest makes a special request that you don't think the restaurant can accommodate, always check with a manager. If you can't accommodate that specific request, make other suggestions to the guests that might be suitable rather than saying a flat-out no. If the restaurant has run out of something and a guest orders that item, don't just say, "We're out of that." Instead, say that you've run out of the item and suggest similar menu items that the guest might enjoy. Take the time to personalize the check by circling your name on it and writing "Thank you" on the bottom. A restaurant runs on teamwork. Always ask your coworkers if they could use a hand. Never hesitate to help out a dishwasher, hostess, busser, or cook. They will remember your generosity and return the favor. Great customer service in a restaurant means treating all guests with respect and professionalism, every guest, every time. As a server, you want the guest to have a great meal and a great experience. Never judge a customer by what they are wearing, their age, gender, or race. Treat all customers with your best service. Learn the menu quickly. Your manager may have an extra copy of the menu that you can take home to study. If you don't know what something on the menu is or how to pronounce it, ask the manager. Try different dishes on the menu so you can describe and recommend them to guests. By knowing the menu, a server can guide the guests through an enjoyable evening. Great customer service is expressed verbally and non-verbally. Having good posture shows confidence. Always show interest in the guest. Smiling and eye contact are the best ways to achieve this. Be polite. Remember to use "please" and "thank you." Expert customer service means surpassing your guests' expectations by anticipating their needs before they ask. This is the most difficult part of customer service, but if you can achieve this, you will wow your guests and assure they will recommend your restaurant to friends. For example, if there are young children at the table, bring extra napkins. If a guest looks cold or hot, tell the manager to adjust the air temperature and then let the guest know that you did so. If they drop a fork, bring them a new one without being asked what to say, what not to say. How are we this evening? How are you this evening? What do you want to drink? May I bring you an iced tea, soda, or a lemonade? Do you need change? I'll be right back with your change. Here is your check. I'll leave this here for your convenience. There is no rush. You drop or spill something on a customer. Apologize genuinely. Most people will be satisfied with an honest apology. Bring extra napkins and clean up the mess quickly. Tell the manager so that he can discount their meal or pay for their dry cleaning. A guest is upset. Listen without interrupting. Apologize even if it was out of your control. Ask the guest what you can do to make it right and tell a manager. You may encounter a guest who is completely unreasonable. Don't argue or attempt to solve the situation yourself. Get a manager. A guest was served something they didn't order. Don't place blame on the cook or anyone else. Apologize and ask the guest if you can bring them what they originally ordered. Tell a manager so that he can discount the meal. A guest doesn't like what he has been served. Ask the guest if you can bring him something else. Tell a manager. The guest finds a hair in his food. Apologize and remove the plate immediately. Ask the guest if they would like you to bring them another entree. Show the manager immediately. A guest wants to know if a dish has nuts in it. Or a guest wants to know if a dish is vegetarian, but you don't know for sure. Don't guess. Ask the manager. Never assume something doesn't contain a possible allergen or an animal product just because it isn't listed on the menu. When waiting on your guests, remember a time that you were treated to excellent service. It is a wonderful feeling walking out of a restaurant knowing that you picked the perfect place to eat. The food was good, the atmosphere was nice, but the service was exceptional. And that's what keeps customers coming back again and again. Follow the guidelines in this video, and you are well on your way to being an outstanding server.